Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough! Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Aloha everybody, welcome to Hawaii Entertainment News. My name is Teddy Wells, I'm your host. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Hawaii's talent, Paul Yau. Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Teddy.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about some things that you've done around the film industry in Hawaii.
Okay, well, so I've done everything from coiling cable for ESPN. I've done some PA work. I've done extra work. I've done some independent films where I did some acting, some camera work, and of course as an indie film you have to do some lighting and sound also and editing, and so we've done some festival work like for Hawaii International Film Festival, HIF. Actually did some writing for that too, and we won a Silver Lay Award I think in 2012. It was a little while back, but there are also other film contests like Showdown in Chinatown. That hasn't been around for a while, but 48-hour film festivals and stuff like that. A lot of the work that I do now is because we don't have a lot of film things happening here. I'll go out every now and then when a big film comes, like Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that. I think last thing I did was Godzilla. I did some extra work at the Capitol.
Oh, the Capitol.
Yeah, where they dressed it up to look like a underground subway.
Oh,
and we were running, and the monster was supposed to be coming in from like Polly or something like that. Oh, run away, type of thing.
You're an extra, and it seems like it's an insignificant part. It becomes very significant when the camera picks you.
Oh, absolutely.
It becomes a very significant part.
In theater, they always have the story about, soldier number 1, 2, and 3, and soldier number 1 is at attention, soldier number 3 is at attention, and soldier number 2 is kind of like this. And if it's not a specific choice, everybody in the audience is looking at him.
Yes.
Well, there's a million things I'd love to do. The number one thing, probably be writer. It's just like I just like telling stories. So if I can tell the story like that and have everybody else put their magic on it and make it even better, oh my goodness, I love doing film and theater. It's my passion. I love telling stories. I love bringing things to life out of the ether, out of just snatching an idea like on a page and building a whole world that other people can observe and take part in. Here in Hawaii, there's just not a whole lot of people, and if you want to put together a project, you're going to have to take somebody who maybe during the weekdays is an arborist, and on the weekends they'll come run your lights for you. And so there's a lot of passion for what I do, but there's not a lot of opportunity. And so I kind of try to reach out and get other jobs. I'll drive Uber. I'll do home repairs for people. And all these are like kind of things that I would do in another way on the set, like whether it's, dealing with human resources, like a PA or an AD or something like that.
Paperwork.
Exactly. So I'll do I do sub teaching and coaching and a lot of school related things like that too. So I work with a lot of people in that kind of aspect. I think that's why Hawaii is actually really poised and on the precipice of this too, because all of us here in Hawaii, like you were saying, do many things, are diverse in our talents, because we kind of have to be there. We can't just call in somebody from the next state over, because it's not just a car ride, it's a plane ride to bring them over, and then you have to put them up. What are you gonna do? Put them up in your living room? You're not gonna get somebody really high paid to be able to put up with that. Maybe your friend from college, but that's what we have here. Well, a lot of the times, I'm not to do too much for the poor us here, but we'll be working our job, day to day, whether it's an accountant or whatever it is, and then we'll find out about the movie coming here maybe like the day before, and then by then it's too late to even try to go in for a lot of these main key jobs. Another show that we did was called the Beer Can Hat, and I got to it's a written
theater.
Yeah, it's a theater show. It was done at Kubukuhua, which is a theater that does plays that are written by people in Hawaii for people in Hawaii. So that's their mission statement, and it's a like buy local type of thing, but it helps showcase a lot of our local talent. But it was a play written about a boy who special needs, and this is back in the 70s, I think it was, and he sold newspapers, and he kind of has this fantasy world that he escapes to, and a little bit of an abusive home thing, and it was a story that really kind of grabbed my heart, and sorry, I just tapped the mic, but it grabbed my heart, and got to be a part of that, and set design, and build it and act in it. And so yeah, just one example, I guess, of sometimes you just call to do lots of things just to make the project go forward. But yeah, I'm very, very honored to be part of that project.
We have a lot of that in Hawaii.
I'm very excited for that, because I remember the old joke used to be Hawaii can't support more than one TV show running at a time. That's why you had Lost, and then when Lost went away, you have 5-0, 5-0's going away. You have PI. So hopefully we can get more, because I think we do have the talent. We have the ambition. We have the location. So I think if they, if we could probably even support making a studio here. I think having our own graphics department. We have graphics people. We have visual effects people. We have stunt people. We have everything here.
No! What have you done? I just finished cleaning the car.
No, see, it's perfect.
Uh-oh, looks like you've got a mess. Yogurt Shine Probiotic and Rust Remover does a body good. Have you ever wanted yogurt that does more than just satisfy your hunger? Old yogurt was only good for one thing: eating. Yogurt Shine, a multi-purpose snack with over 200 uses and counting. Yogurt Shine Probiotic and Rust Remover flushes your digestive system as well as your radiator, polishes your dome as well as your chrome. Yogurt Shine is available at hardware stores near you. May cause anal leakage. Yogurt Shine Probiotic Rust Remover can be used for probiotic, natural hair remover, whitens teeth, automotive polish, drain clean, intimate lubricant, wood polish, reduces the risk of male performance issues, bearing grease, air return, lock lubricant, camping fuel, removes rust, bald head polish, glass cleaner, 3-in-1 body wash, boat repair, polishes brass and chrome, reduces crow's feet, radiator flush, replaces plaster, mosquito repellent, headlight haze remove, hair regrowth stimulant, concrete and carpet clean, reduces acne, tire repair, equine stimulant, removes stubborn stains, boxing and baseball glove condition, grat repair, wood glue, and much, much more.
So I heard you do stage combat. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I've been doing that for, I don't know, maybe close to 10 years now, and I learned it from just walking across the UH campus, and I saw them doing some stick fighting, and I was like, oh, I did some kung fu stuff with my dad when I was younger, and is this that? And they're like, no, this is theatrical combat. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I have a couple extra hours. Let me try to take this class, and wound up learning, I don't know, 8, 9 sword disciplines, stick fighting, unarmed, and got to the point where I wanted to teach it and bring it to the community. So I took the classes to become a teacher, and so I'm assistant instructor and stuff, and I'll help people be hired to go on to indie sets, and I have my whole armory of swords, and I'll bring it down. We've done pirate movies before, and I try to make sure everything's not just looking good and exciting, but safe, because you're running at people with steel. You want to make sure there's a whole lot of training that comes into a lot of people doing these indie films. They don't understand. They'll send Scarlett Johansson off for like boot camp for like a month or two, and then she'll come in and look like Black Widow. It doesn't just, you don't just put the firearm in the person's hand and they're used to shooting something, because instinctively when you shoot, you close your eyes. That's because it's a big loud bang and a lot of smoke, a lot of fire, and theatrically speaking, even more so than a real firearm. And so you have to kind of like train people out of the instinct, so that they look good on camera, firing the gun with their eyes open, because you want to be looking at what you're shooting at, right? In another way, I think we were teaching at ACT in San Francisco, and one of the students kind of was mumbling, like, because they're grad student actors, and they're going to be doing big TV, big film, and so they're like, oh well, why do I got to learn stage combat and sword fighting? I'm just going to be a TV actor, why do I got to do this in this school? And the master instructor, I was assisting, but the master instructor was like, well, when you pick up the phone, do you pick up the phone as the actor or as the character? You're just handling. You need to know how to handle these things as an actor and as a character, so that you can make it look real to people, because you can't just act one way and then pick up a sword when you're supposed to be well schooled and be fumbling around and more clumsy. You need to do it in character.
Safe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, protecting everybody on the set, even the guy holding the boom. You don't want to stab that guy, right? and sometimes directors will do big asks. I worked on this one film where the director was making these guys jump onto this large person's to kind of slow him down. It was kind of this kind of like two people jump on this one guy to slow him down type of thing, and he had this guy throwing these guys down, and he had him doing take after take after take, and the large guy was getting visibly tired in the sun, and the two people he was throwing down into sand that he didn't check for rocks. And I went there and I sifted my feet through the sand. I was like, hang on, sift my 3 feet through the sand, big 10 by 10 area. Right. Had him do it again. And then, one of the actors got thrown in the right area. One of the other ones didn't get thrown in the right area. And I was like, can we try to do this, more controlled? So, yeah, not to be too much of a stick in the mud, but safety is huge.
Safety is
huge. Yeah. Your actors aren't disposable. Nobody on the set is disposable, especially here in Hawaii, because people do have other lives they have to get back to. Yeah. In one piece, yeah. with both eyes, right?
So if I'm hearing you correctly, I would say that you could be hired as a coach on a set?
Sure. I generally like some time with the actors, or like if I know this is a big ask, but even when they're casting people, to see people's physical abilities, like if they, unless they're gonna hire a stunt, I'll do stunts and stuff like that too, or but if you want the actor to do the stunts themselves, you probably should hire the actors that can do the stunts. Yeah, otherwise, and even then, I can go on the set and make something a little, still maybe as exciting but different, because and shape it to the actor's abilities. But it's always good to have clay that you can really mold into any shape you want. Then you can tell the story, the best way you can. So I worked with Sandy Alessi actually doing some of the casting for that. She's a wonderful. Sorry, Sandy Alessi. But she's a wonderful lady, and we got to go to Kauai and cast over there and get some talent from there, and got to meet some real interesting people. And I had brought on the plane to Kauai a whip, just because I thought that was kind of a piratey thing and something that because as the working with Sandy, I was supposed to walk the line and make sure everybody was filling out their forms, and everybody's happy, get them water if they needed and stuff like that. And I brought my whip so I could just kind of entertain people, because I do a little bit of whip work. Yeah,
for the show. That makes sense.
Yeah. So on the way back, I'd carried it on in my carry-on.
Okay.
On the way there, and I put it in my carry-on to come back because I didn't really check anything in. But they kind of stopped me at the TSA. Saying that I couldn't bring a whip on the carry-on, and I couldn't really understand why, because it's you kind of need a little bit of room to work a whip, and a cabin of the plane is not exactly conducive for that. As soon as you hang it up on something, it's not really a whip anymore. It's kind of more of a rope, right? And I guess in that way, I didn't say this to the TSA, but the only thing it was really dangerous as is a strangulation device. I didn't want to, scare anybody, but like, I was like, this is basically like a sweater. There's nothing. It's got length to it, and there's nothing I can really do, to hurt anybody with it. So they eventually let me carry it on. But.
I am Sarah.
I am a DP.
I am a key grip.
I am a director.
I am a script supervisor.
I'm an actor.
I am a producer.
We make films, television shows,
and commercials in a variety of environments.
Recently, we lost one of our own.
Sarah Jones.
Sarah Jones.
Sarah Jones.
Sarah Jones.
It's time to take a stand.
To make safety our new #1 priority.
If you see something, say something.
Say something.
Say something.
If you feel unsafe, speak up.
Help us keep the memory of Sarah Jones alive.
By looking out for one another.
By looking out for one another.
To put things back into perspective for what's really important.
The shot or someone's life.
Someone's daughter.
Someone's brother.
Mother.
Father.
Or friend.
We're calling on producers, productions,
unions, and crews.
Everyone worldwide.
Everyone worldwide.
To implement daily safety meetings.
Stop and care.
Stop and care.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Take the pledge at pledgetosarah.org.
We are.
We are.
We are. We are.
Sarah Jones.
Sarah Jones. Sarah Jones.
on Hawaii Entertainment News.
And one of the things we like to do is if we have a particularly offensive show or offensive moment in a show, our actors will actually keep a tally of, could I get someone to walk out of the show during this moment? And a lot of people are like, oh, that's horrible though, someone left the show. But it's like, well, it's horrible, but at the same time, it meant you did your job well. If you're supposed to offend somebody on stage and you can offend him to the point where the actor or the audience has to leave, you know you did a good job with telling it, and you know that you were making them think. And that's really what theater is about, is thought-provoking. You want to make your audience think about what's happening. And if they get so involved with the thought process that they actually have to leave, you know you did something right. It's motivating. And we've had some people who, they will get offended and they will leave, but they will stick around after to talk to the actor and be like, this is what offended me about your thing. And they're like, good, that's what you're supposed to feel. You are supposed to feel so horrible at that point that you want to get up and leave. So I did my job well by making you feel that moment.
Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough! Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video,
which means we all have special skills.
Is that it? I think so.